What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me, but I just got home off of an early morning flight, right? First thing through the door, I want to see my family. I love my family. You know, I'm a family man. I'm an advocate for families, right? Second thing, I got to get that hot shower because I got to throw the threads on. The threads make me feel like $1,000,000, but the third thing through my mind and all throughout the trip is that I gotta have that Tiege pack. Tiege makes my life uncomplicated. It's uncomplicated skincare for men. The first way that I started specifically was their level 1 system. It's a daily face wash to get rid of the dirt and grime on your skin. 2 times per week exfoliating scrub to get rid of the dead skin cells. An AM moisturizer with SPF 20 because you should always be protecting your skin from the sun. And a PM moisturizer to help your skin stay hydrated and healthy throughout the night. Here's the thing. My favorite part about Tiege Hanley is that every box comes with an instruction card that tells you when to use each product, how much to use, and in what order. They really making the process of achieving and maintaining amazing skin for men uncomplicated. In addition to amazing skin, members of Tiege Hanley get tons of benefits, including at least 20% off the retail price, the ability to customize your box, exclusive monthly deals, you can pause and cancel at any time, and you get free shipping. And because Tiege Hanley is sponsoring today's video, they're offering my viewers an amazing deal, right? Just click the first link in the description and you get 30% off your first box, plus a free gift. It's an amazing deal. You got to get started today. You're not out here trying to look like a dusty. And if you travel as much as I do, which I'm sure most people don't, but you know me, I'm pushing my bag chasers in order to be in the top 5%, top 10%, top 1%. We got to make our lives uncomplicated, and Tiege Hanley is no better product. You got to look good. You got to smell good. And you can't be looking like a dusty. Make sure you get started today. Click the link in the description. Get that Tiege pack. Feel the Tiege, my friends. What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. Thank you for tuning in for another edition of the Millionaire Morning Show. Shout out to my people. I want to make sure that I got y'all right today. It is Thursday, March 14th, 2024. Year of our Lord. Man, this year is going by fast. Don't y'all realize that we already in the middle of the third month of the year? This year is going by incredibly fast, and so I hope y'all really taking advantage of it. It seemed like time is moving a lot faster. I don't know. And then we had the clocks move up, I think, this past weekend. Wasn't it this past weekend? I lost an hour of sleep. I don't appreciate that. I lost an hour of sleep. I don't appreciate that. What's going on, friends and family? North Carolinian, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? It comes through and it goes that fast. It goes that fast. Mary Lazo, she said it's moving every. Hey, can I get a general idea in the chat of how y'all feel? I got on my joggers today. I recently bought me a new bike, and it is awesome. My new bike is sick. Sick. One word in the chat to tell me how y'all doing. Y'all keep me up to date of what's y'all sentiment right now. Focused, good, pain-free. Wendell says, how you doing? I'm doing incredible. Remarkable, great, amazing, painful. I like that, Trap. We need that new commercial. Okay. Good, encouraged and motivated. High from the Florida Keys. Ooh, that weather is good. I'm going to be down in Florida this weekend. Free, lit, blessed. Try not to lose my excellent, rested, blessed, bored, great, gratitude, nice, great, grateful, vacationing. Shout out to the people on vacation. Good, grateful, alive and well, amazing, energized, elevating, uplifted, blessed, great. Colon. What up, Quentin? Quentin told me I need to get a Ducati instead of getting a CBR, a Honda. Fantastic, desire, sleepy, focus, ready. Governor Kim got it out for Fanny. I heard about that. I'm going to talk about that tomorrow. New job vibes. Hey, congratulations for the new job. Focus, pressing through, says I am trendy vibes. Rich. Real black Nike Air Force One-ish. Humble, consistent, focused, fantastic, motivated, grinding, present, focused. Woke up this morning, nothing better. Chris Mayberry said broke. It ain't no excuse for you to be broke out here in these streets. I'm going to just say that. Ain't no excuse for you to be broke. 1,000 double R. Quentin said no more than 1,000 double R's. Determined, flabbergasted, energized. What's good, y'all? Hey, you know who one of my favorite new people are? Quentin. Quentin has, let me tell y'all something about Quentin. A lot of y'all may not know this, but Quentin was holding me down way before me and Quentin ever really started to get into anything from a business perspective. And I would pay attention, and I'm always noticing and I'm paying attention to what's happening around me. People send me things. But see, I don't just look at what y'all send me a lot of times. I also look at and I see what people are saying inside of the comments and things like that. And I would see Quentin pop up here and there, and he would always be defending me. He would always be defending me. Like, man, y'all just some haters and this and that and this and that. I said, man, Quentin is a real one. And he's been consistent the entire time. I done met him in real life, kicking it with him in real life, multiple different, like a really, really just a solid dude. A lot of people really don't appreciate Quentin. And, you know, when I think about it, I try to give people their flowers in real time because I know y'all try to give me my flowers. And so I like to point out individuals that has stood tall and held me down the entire time. And I'm going to just be honest with you. Shout out to King Stennis, just tapped into the Patreon before I read the Super Chats and the Cash Apps. Quentin is absolutely one of the realest ones ever. Ain't sensitive, don't really care about nobody or as far as what they say about him and all of this stuff. Like, for real. For real. In real life, he a real one. Straight up. All day long. And so, you know, he play his position. He take care of business. He don't complain about nothing. All he do is grind, get it, work, be consistent, show up, and loyal. Loyal as hell. And so let me just say that and give him his credit. I want to give a round of applause for Quentin. A real one. Straight up a real one. Like, real talk. A lot of people be, you know what I'm saying, thinking that he one way, but that's because y'all don't know him in real life. Y'all don't know him in real life. He a real one. And so I just want to make sure that I acknowledge the people when I think about it. Shout out to my dog, Quentin. I love him. I genuinely got so much love for him. And I try not to hesitate or miss a time to where I can acknowledge people when I think about it. When I think about it, usually I just throw a prayer up for somebody and I just be like, hey, Lord, bless them, you know, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But I also want to verbally acknowledge people when I think about it because I think that a lot of times we spend so much time holding people accountable and pushing people that we need to make sure that we giving that same amount of energy and giving love and grace and giving people their flowers while they're here. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to my dog, Quentin. I appreciate you. I love you. Thank you for holding me down, my guy. And also, let me say this. Y'all attitude. It's your attitude. You know, I see people sometimes they come in here and, you know, I don't. He funny. Quentin crazy. I see people's attitude sometimes, and sometimes they the same way. And you could, even in the typing and in the chat, you know, I don't always have to talk to people sometimes. I just see it. And, you know, they consistent. And so, you know, for example, I'll give you an example. There's people that no matter what I say, like, and I've tested it. Like, it's people to where I would come in and initially I'll be thinking to myself, like I'll be on a panel and initially I'll be thinking to myself, you know what? This is what I think about it. And it's consistent with what you see me talk about on a regular basis, right? But then I'll take the complete opposite position just to see what the sentiment of certain people are going to be in the chat. And you know what they do? They take the opposite position of the opposite position. Look, think about it. Listen. I'll intentionally take the opposite position just to see what people are going to say. And the people that dislike me will then be in the chat and they'll take the opposite position of what it is that I was going to say. Meaning that they then agree with me because I took the completely different approach and I did the opposite of what they thought that I was going to do, but they still disagree. They disagreeing with me because I'm saying it, but they agreeing with my sentiment and they'll never say it. There are people that will always take the opposite position of whatever I say, regardless of what I say, because they want to be disagreeable. And so that lets you know that they not disagreeing with what I'm saying. They just don't like what it is that the person that's saying it. They don't like me. They don't not agree with me. I see it on After Hours. No matter what I say, it's the same people that take a different position every time. And I don't stop them. I don't censor them. I don't want to discourage them from continuing to participate because I know that that's just a character flaw within them. And so usually what I'll do is I'll let them continue to stick around for as long as they want to stick around because I know that they're getting a lesson. Regardless of whether or not they like me or not, I know they hear me. And they keep coming back, not because they dislike me, but because they actually agree with me. But they don't want to openly say it because it'll make them start to feel like they a sucker to themselves, even though nobody give a fuck about whether or not they actually agree with me or disagree with me. You know what I'm saying? So it's an interesting situation of how that works. And I don't say nothing. I just keep doing what I do because I'm not focused on flowers. I'm just focused on the results. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the people that's not focusing, that's going to do what they do anyway. I love y'all, a bunch of destinies. Yeah, but we let them rock. We don't censor them because we want them to get this work regardless, no matter what, right? So shout out to them. It's even been people that has come up to me in real life and say, man, yeah, I'm such and such in the chat. I'll be like, oh, yeah. And I'll be looking at them like, that's you? Man, I just be trolling out here. They start showing all of their teeth, all 13 of their teeth. I'm just be trolling in the chat. That's me. I'll be like, yeah. You different in person than you are in the chat, huh? I just be trolling, man. Show me they 13 teeth. I said, okay. All right. Well, you just keep sticking around. I love you, man. I love you. I love you in real life. Get back to the chat. Anton is crazy. I don't like him. Long as when you see me in person, we good. Long as when you see me in person, we good. All right, y'all ready to get into the show? Let me first acknowledge the people. The people, Frank White. I appreciate you, Frank White, for holding me down on Cash App. Thank you, my friend. You are absolutely a hoot, my friend. Also want to give a shout out to DJ Second 2. DJ Second 2 said this for the collection plate. Thank you, DJ Second 2. A couple of these are from last night because we had a heck of a show last night. I don't be knowing what I'm going to say, but I just be saying it. Shout out to Daryl Pullins for the 10 ball. I appreciate you, Daryl Pullins. Yeah, he sent that last night, but I didn't get a chance to see it because I was just absolutely cooking. I want to give a shout out to my dog, Mike That Dude. Shout out to Mike That Dude on Cash App. You are absolutely Mike That Dude is always, man. He already know that, but I'm never going to stop acknowledging him. Michael also said, this is for the collection plate, big dog. Shout out to Michael on Cash App. Also, I appreciate you. And then let me read some of these super chats, and we're going to go ahead and get it popping with the show. Let me get the first super chat out of the way. It was a 20 ball. Michael Russell said, I got you. Honest to God. I'm thankful for you. You're like the big brother and mentor I never asked for. I was listening to last night's stream at work, and your words washed over my spirit, bro. I had to walk around and not tear up at work. Let me tell you something. We doing God's work over here. We going to educate you when it comes to the money. We going to hold you down when it comes to the life circumstances and relationships. And then we going to relate it back in a real way when we talking about it in pop culture on After Hours. Y'all got to understand that the movement is real and we are just now getting started. Shout out to Michael Russell. If you guys don't mind, if you looking to rock out with a group of people that's going in the direction that you're going in, make sure y'all tap into the Bag Chasers. The Patreon link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Latrell M's came through with the 2 ball. Says, what up, though? I got you, Latrell. Cajun Creole Cuisine says, I appreciate the motivation, bro. Keep holding it down. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, my friend. Nina, email me at antondaniels413@gmail.com. Quentin is in the building, says, "Aw, boss." Quentin like to say boss. Gonna go cry in the car now. Much appreciated. Quentin, we love you. We love us some Quentin. Ari Reed, my baby girl, says, good morning, Anton. Been sick the last few days. Send some prayers up. Oh, God bless her. God bless her. God bless her in Jesus' name. Shout out to Ari. Got those books you told me to get, and I'm learning a lot. Thank you. Yes, baby. We gonna get you. We gonna get you there. Nikita. What's up, Keita? Keita says, hey to the greatest morning show in the land. Positive vibes, family. I'm at work today, but I'm rocking in my earbuds. Keep it up, because you know what? We like to say some stuff. We got to make sure that the church don't hear us. So you got to keep the earbuds in. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Doc. Let me give a shout out to Zero. Shout out to Zero. Says, good afternoon, Anton. I wish I found you an angry man 5 years ago. I would have not married a single mom and had 2 children. Ooh, wee. Ooh, wee. Let me give you a double one. Oh, Jesus. Since becoming a chaser and holding myself accountable for my actions, I just want to say thank you. Listen, thank you for rocking out with the platform. Listen, man, we going to get you there. It's not about where you've been. It's about where you going. It's not about where you've been. It's where you going. We going to get you there. Eileen says, today is my 1-year anniversary. We're watching you. This show has changed my life. Don't tell me that my ladies ain't leveling up too. If y'all not a bag chaser, y'all seriously missing out. Y'all are seriously missing out. Listen, how many other news shows can y'all point to and say, man, it absolutely changed my perspective on things and it changed my life? You can't think of none. Jay Stan says, salute, Anton. I'm a chaser. I have sent you several emails yesterday and no reply back. You just sent them yesterday. You got to give me some time, baby. We working. I'm still rocking with you, my guy. Get in that inbox. Hey, listen, I probably get about a good 260, 270 emails in a day. 260, 270 emails in a day. Listen, we working through them. Y'all got to give me some time, man. Give me some time. It's only 24 hours in a day. I got my people on it. Thank you, my friend, for holding me down. My dog, Scony Life. Tone Williams says, shout out to Quentin and the Chasers all over the world. Shout out to the Chasers. Chris James said, I got to jump into a meeting, my dude, but I appreciate you as always. Kristen took over the whole stream. Kristen take over everything since last week. You've been taking over. Chris, what you got going on over there? What kind of bags you getting, Chris? You're going to have to email me. Hey, Chris, call me. Email me, Chris. Easy Money in the building says 48 laws of power. I see you. You see me? I see you too. King Stennis says, what happened to the sports channel, bro? It's only 24 hours in a day, big dog. We decided not to do the sports channel when we did after hours instead. I think that after hours is a much better option. Nate 2 times says, Anton, can you keep my family in your prayers? Just lost my grandmother, been struggling dealing with this. Appreciate you, Lord. We come to you on the behalf of Nate 2 times. We know that his name ain't 2 times, but we saying it 2 times. We come to you on the behalf of Nate 2 times. You see what we did there, Lord? We ask that you be with him. Help him to understand that his people ain't here suffering no more. It's us here that got to deal with this nonsense. Fix it. Give him peace within his heart. And help him to continue to endure until he gets to that other side, because it's so much sweeter on that other side. Nate, we got you, big dog. In Jesus' name. Make sure that you all stay focused, stay prayed up, stay girded up. Your people in a better place, big dog. Don't worry about it. Cognac TV. What's up, baby? Says, hey, I took your advice, moved back in with my parents, and they're charging me $500 for 4 walls. Do I tell them my goal plan or just thug it out since I'm paying less by not living on my own? Tell them. Listen, close mouths, Cognac. Smart move moving back. And you are saving a significant amount of money living back with your parents. But let me tell you something. Closed mouths don't get fed. Talk to them. They your parents. You know them. Hey, mom, dad. You know what? You know why I moved back? I know that y'all helping me and I want to continue to help y'all also. But I was wondering if y'all could really hear me out on this one. I really want to save some money and then do something. I want to be intentional with my time. I'm not moving back just because I'm struggling. I could have stayed out there, but I want to make sure that I move back because I really want to get a leg up, and I'm taking advice and I'm listening to different people that's giving me insight. And it's best that I live here so that I can save some money and eventually be able to really stretch out. If y'all could really help me out, you know what I'm saying? It'll be appreciated. Because I just want to share with you my life goals. And that's a good idea. Sharing your life goals and sharing what you're trying to do helps people to understand, and then they're more compassionate about your circumstance. So absolutely communicate it. Say what you want and mean what you say. Say what you want and mean what you say. Like, you got to tell them. Closed mouths don't get fed. Tell them what you want. They'll listen to you. Tell them what you want. Shout out to Cognac. Smart move, baby. Smart move. You doing it. Wendell Kilgore says, AD, if you give the haters enough rope, they'll hang themselves. I don't want to hang them. I want them to come over to the good space. Come over there to this good space. Martin Meck says, the Lord works through you. Either my wife and family will change with me or not. Either way, I want to reach the summit, and you're going to get there. And you're going to get there. You absolutely are going to get there. Shout out to Martin Meck. Amen. 01 says, AD, you had that kinetic energy and it's contagious. You want me to sing Contagious? Y'all don't even know about that song. I'll get there. Lori Jeter says, hey, Anton, love your show and about to become a chaser. Did you see the dude that was whining about you sitting in the car? Yeah, I seen it. I seen it. I don't want him to crash out because he was sounding like the Joker in there. I ain't want him to off himself. I said, I'm going to just let him breathe. Let him breathe. I gave him a little bit. I seen it, Lori. You know I be seeing everything. The people send me everything. He got like 3 views on it, though. We good with that. RPA, Red Pill in the building, says, peace to you. Peace. You the next big thing, Anton. Salute, nice G checking boys Watkins. We love boys. We love boys. Y'all ready to get into the show? I appreciate everybody that support the platform. Jamal Fowler says, keep doing your thing, Anton. Thank you, Jamal. Y'all just keep blessing me. Y'all keep holding me down because y'all supporting the platform. You know, I never, ever ask for anything. All I do is I just continue to acknowledge the people that support the platform. I thank y'all, and I appreciate y'all, and it don't matter what y'all send. I'm always going to be thankful because I'm always appreciative, and you guys are the best audience on earth. Let's get into the show. Yeah, we got a full show, not a half show, a full show. We're going to talk about the migrants. Remember how I've been breaking down this whole Haitian thing and all of this stuff that's been happening over in Haiti and barbecue and stuff? We're going to learn more about that. And it's a reason that this has been happening. And with all of the displacement that's happening over in Haiti, you know, they starting to pile up at the American borders. But we're going to get into that. We're going to get to that. Don Lemon, he had a contract with Elon Musk, and Elon Musk said, we're going to get to that. We're going to get to that. Trump charges dismissed, and then he now in Florida fighting charges. We going to get to that. We're going to get to that. Tiffany Henyard, Chicago. So much to talk about. But before we get to any of this, I want y'all to make sure that y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications if you haven't already. And then make sure you share this with your friends and family. The sponsor of the show, Tiege Hanley, 30% off the entire order, plus a free gift. We rocking out. And then in addition to that, if you have not already and you're looking to rock out with a group of people that's going in the direction that you're going in, make sure you tap into the Bag Chasers, the Patreon. The link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Y'all ready to get started with the show? Shout out to the Tiege. Ladies, get it for your fellas. Fellas, don't wait for the ladies to get it for you. Let's rock. Quick hits, ladies and gentlemen. You don't know when I'm going to do quick hits. All you know is that we hitting on every single subject. And one of the ways in which I determine whether or not we're going to do quick hits is if it's so much news, and then I have to decipher whether or not we want to do this article or this article, but then it's just some stuff that I don't just feel like is necessary to talk about extensively. And so what we do is we just compact it. We make sure that we break it down and we talk about quick hits. Now, I've been breaking down this lady for a long time now, including every day this week, but we're going to give her a break. We're going to give her a break. Her name is Tiffany Henyard. I would like for you guys to know what's going on with Tiff.
Breaking this morning, 3 lawsuits just announced against controversial suburban Mayor Tiffany Henyard. The plaintiffs, they are all former employees of Thornton Township and the village of Dalton. They are all alleging wrongful termination. They include a former HR manager, a public works administrative assistant, and the buildings department director. Their allegations include retaliation and firings over things that they refused to do for Henyard, like punishing business owners who did not support her, suppressing FOIA requests, and also the requests, they say, to dig up dirt on other employees. An attorney for the women says that there are several other similar lawsuits right now in the works.
You could tell somebody that ain't never had nothing. You want me to tell you how you can tell when somebody ain't never had nothing? You want me to tell you how you can tell? Shout out to Kahari West. I can't wait to read that super chat. Give me 1 second. I'm going to get there. Thank you. I appreciate you. You know how you can tell somebody that ain't never had nothing? Is that they get power drunk and power hungry. When you get into a position of power, you're supposed to figure out how you can help and enable people. You do know that the people that are around you, they are your experts, right? So, for example, I run a department at wherever it is that I work at. I know y'all would love to know, but I run a department of wherever it is that I work at. And I'm not there to tell everybody what to do with their job. They're there to tell me what they need in order to do their job successfully, right? So if they say, Anton, I'm having problems, or Anton, this is that, or if I say, hey, we need to go in this direction, and they say, no, Anton, that don't make sense. I don't want to do that. This is what's going to happen. They're actually there to protect me. And what happens is the greater I become, the greater they become. So they're doing me a favor by giving me the insight on how it is that they're supposed to do their job more effectively. For example, let's say you got a developer over here, and he's the expert. He's the subject matter expert. He's the expert at what he does. And then I say, hey, listen, this is what the product managers are saying, or this is what the project, the product owners or the scrum masters put this on the board, and this is how many points you got. I said, Anton, I don't. Okay, well, I'm here to hear you. I'm here to listen. I need to understand what's going on. And once I understand what's going on, I can actually put you in a better position to be successful, because I want you to be successful. And the more successful my team is, the better I am. So my job is to get you paid. My job is to get you a raise. My job is to get you a promotion. My job is to make your job easier. My job is to make sure that you're happy with what you do. Every single day, I try to figure out what I can do for the people in order to ensure that they're successful. I got people that call me on a regular basis and say, hey, man, you got something else for me to do? You got something else for me to do? I can't wait to keep working more. I can't wait to do this more. And I can't wait to do this more. Every day, I got people that tap into me that work for me and say, hey, man, I finished with this. You guys, I say, no, listen, just take the rest of the, matter of fact, take the rest of the afternoon off and take these tickets, go to the game, sit courtside, take your girl with you and have a good time. Oh, you don't believe that? I'm telling you the truth. You know me, I don't mind every once in a while pulling a good receipt.
Hello?
Hey, what's up? You busy?
I'm just eating right now.
Oh, okay.
I'm about to leave to go to work soon.
Okay, I'm on a live stream. How was the game last night?
It was good. It was actually the best one, especially since they finally won.
Oh, it was you. You enjoyed yourself. Did you take your little hood rat, or you took somebody else?
I took my girl.
Oh my God! All right, I got a question for you.
Okay.
About once every few days, you hit me up and you text me and you say what?
I ask you if you got anything new for me.
But you still getting paid your full amount every other week, don't you?
Yeah.
Why do you call me all the time and ask me if I got something new for you?
Because I feel like it's not right to be getting paid for free. So I feel like I need to make sure I'm looking out to make sure you don't got any work for me.
Okay.
It's a privilege.
Well, listen, be blessed, young man. Continue to stay under my tutelage.
Okay.
All right, bye.
I will. All right, bye.
I take care of my people. I got you, Yoshi. I take care of my people. They call me and say, hey, man, it's a privilege to work for you, and I just feel like I'm getting paid too much money for free. You be giving me tickets. You be letting me take my girl to the game and sit courtside. You let me drive the cars. I believe that it's just a privilege to be here, and I just love working for you. And so I'm always trying to figure out what more can I do, because I just call you every other day and say, hey, you got something more for me? Is anything else that I want? That's what my people do. That's how people that work for me rock out with me. That's how people that work out with me rock out for me. It's funny because I've been mentoring this young guy, and he's very successful, and he literally took the exact same steps in college that I took. And so now he's working at a job or whatever, and so he went and got his job, and he's making a lot more money, and he was working for me the entire time also. And then he called me and he says, yeah, man, I finally landed the big job and all of that stuff or whatever. I said, cool, that's dope. And I said, you still gonna get this money though, right? He's like, oh, I can still stay working for you? I said, absolutely. You take the money, you still live the same lifestyle that I've been paying you as your salary. You take the big money, and then you leverage the exact same blueprint that I use in order for making you successful, or in order for me to make successful. So you don't live off the money that you're now making. You still live off the same money, and then you take the rest of the money and you start investing it. So my goal is always to figure out how I can improve the lives, because I want everybody around me to get rich. I want everybody around me to be successful. Low pressure, high success, absolutely going to continue to win. And one of the reasons that I'm having this conversation is because I know that Tiffany Henyard is watching this and her people is watching this. With all of the people that you done fired and went through, and issues and problems and trouble and wrongful termination, and you costing the city all of this money and lawsuits and stuff like that, you are literally not prepared to be a leader. And you keep talking about, I'm a leader, I'm a leader, I'm a leader, I'm a leader. You ain't no leader. You don't know what you don't know what that means. You don't know what it means to actually be a leader. A leader is not leading from the back. A leader is leading from the front. Your people supposed to love working for you. People love working for me. They can't wait to get into a position so that we can start getting this money together. I wish I had more positions to be able to hire people. I just don't. I don't have any other positions at the moment. And when I continue to expand these companies, we're going to continue to grow. And that's going to be what it is. But you have to have great leadership skills all the time. So anyways, I didn't mean to spend that much time on Tiff. We got to continue to move on to the next person. In addition to that, Mayor Johnson. Shout out to Mayor Johnson. Shout out to the Johnson family. Mayor Johnson is unveiling a new plan to crack down on get tougher on crime in Chicago neighborhoods.
Chicago's mayor is rolling out the first phase of a new program with the hopes of rolling back crime. He's starting it up in 4 of Chicago's hardest hit neighborhoods for crime, lack of education, and also issues with unemployment.
I see you,
Welcome to
Trap.
beautiful Garfield Park as we embark today on a new way to imagine public safety across our city.
It's called the People's Plan for Community Safety. It's a community-led initiative built on collaboration with community groups, youth leaders, researchers, and businesses. The goal is to address historic disinvestment unveiled first in 4 neighborhoods.
In Austin, we'll focus on 2 block groups elected with the Alderman Jason Irvin that lie between the West End Avenue and West Adams Street in Laramie and Laverne.
The program zeroes in on 4 specific neighborhoods: Inglewood, West Garfield Park, Austin, and Little Village, and looks at specific blocks that have dealt with specific issues.
One of the big metrics is we need to drive those unemployment numbers down, right? I mean, you see, again, we are in some areas 25% compared to 8%. You look at some of the shootings that we're seeing in the city as well. And we've been very intentional not to only measure success based on violence, but how we invest in people.
Over a dozen different metrics were reviewed in deciding the blocks chosen. The most violent, CPD beats, school closures, unemployment rates, vacant lots, the absence of parks, and even libraries. $1 million will be issued next month to support community groups working in the 4 neighborhoods.
The median household income in Inglewood is less than half of the city's average. And almost 40% of Little Village residents do not have a high school diploma.
Workers from the nonprofits will offer employment services, violence intervention, healthcare, and educational opportunities to residents.
So he's allocated like $1 million of a multi-$100 million budget actually billion-dollar budget that we know is going towards migrants and housing and stuff like that. But there's money that's being invested in neighborhoods. So I don't have any criticism. I'm just going to observe it. And if it turns out to be good, then I'm going to give him his flowers. And if it turns out to be bad, then I'm going to hold him accountable for it. So, you know, we want to just bring you the news sometimes. We don't always want to tell you how to think. We just want to give you the news and allow for you to think for yourself. And then last but not least, labor unions are launching new ads, including the UAW, in their support of Biden. Now, before I play this video, let me ask y'all a question. Do y'all get to vote on whether or not y'all endorse Biden or not? Or do y'all just like only vote on the contract to make sure that y'all get y'all raises, promotions, or whatever? Do y'all get to say who y'all endorse or no? No? Everybody that's a part of these unions that y'all saying is endorsing Biden with these new ads. And the ads is y'all union dollars that are then going into these campaign coffers or launching these ads. I'm just wondering, do y'all get to determine who y'all endorse or no?
Meanwhile, as President Biden tours the Midwest in an attempt to shore up his support there, the Laborers International Union of North America has a new ad out endorsing him. Politico's Playbook this morning had a preview of the new ad. Let's take a look.
We're up in West Branch, Michigan. We have a lot of hunters out in the woods. Many of these people are laborers who support Joe Biden. People have an opportunity to work and put food on the table, and that's through President Biden's infrastructure dollars.
He's bringing manufacturing back to the Midwest. All of a sudden, we're getting chip factories, battery factories, and that's because of the Democrats and President Joe Biden.
Roads, bridges, everything's getting rebuilt. The out-of-work list is completely empty, and it's been empty for a good year and a half now. Everything's just booming.
Hunters.
So, hunters, laborers, unions, construction workers, all of these people are starting to gear up. You don't get something for nothing, baby. They gearing up to launch plans to showcase what Biden has done for them in their communities. So I just wanted to make sure that I keep you guys. Listen, I'm just telling you, I ain't even giving my opinion yet. I ain't even got to the other part of the show yet. This is just quick hits. I just wanted to show y'all, hey, ooh. That's what the song said. Hey, ooh. Yeah, man, we're out here. We're rebuilding roads, and we got chip factories and battery plants are everywhere. And, you know, we got things going on, and we're back to work. We were unemployed, and we getting to it. And you know what? This is all because of one person. President Biden did it. Hey, ooh, hey, ooh. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is your quick hits. Shout out to Biden. Biden got the endorsement of the labor unions. He went out there with his bullhorn, and now he got his endorsement. Shout out to Kahari West. Says, yo, Anton, speaking in reference to your first caller last night, I'm kind of in the same boat. I love my girl, but I know I can do 10 times better look-wise. I don't know what to do. I've always believed that there's at least 10 things that are way more important than looks. Way more important. If my guys are sitting here telling me that they that carnal, because listen, you can go and buy some looks. You can go buy some looks. You can go buy some makeup, Ulta, Sephora, BBLs, eyelashes, skin lightening cream, waist trainers. What about character, spirituality, being a great mother, praying for you, submissive, peace, love, endurance, holding you down, making sure that they continue to bring in their resources, all of that type of stuff. Y'all telling me that we that carnal? We're so caught up in this nonsense of things that we can't control that you would choose to focus on that instead of how it is that they've done and reacted to the controllables? You rather get a chick that's with debt that look good than a chick that's without debt that can lose a couple pounds and make sure that she do what she's supposed to do? Let me tell you something, bro. Some of these chicks that look the part, they box stink. They don't know how to throw it back the right way. Their attitudes is bad. The whole 9 yards. Man, listen, man, if y'all don't get yourselves together and start really, what do you mean you know you can do 10 times better? 10 times better than what? Than the person that's been loyal to you? I will never not be loyal to the people that's loyal to me. I will never, ever not be loyal to the people that's loyal to me. So you telling me y'all gonna go ahead and y'all gonna have the same, literally the same, y'all gonna feed into the stereotype of when you start to become successful or when you become greater or when you continue to evolve, that you gonna lead the people that's been holding you down? Come on, man. Y'all gotta have more substance than this. It's gotta be deeper than that. It's gotta be deeper than that. Wait. So y'all telling me y'all so cold that y'all will lead a person that was shooting in the gym with you for some carnal person that you don't even know what their sentiment is? Well, listen, I ain't even going to go into that part. I'm going to just tell y'all this. And I've been coaching for a long time. I've seen it all. I'm telling you. The grass is not greener on the other side. That new person is going to stress you out. They're going to work you. They don't know you. You're going to have to learn them. They come with problems and trouble that you don't even know about yet. That's up to you. I think that everybody has the right to do what they want to do. You're asking my advice, so I'm telling you. I think that everybody has the right to do what they want to do, but I'm going to just say this. If that's what you want to do, then stop holding on to them and slowing up their life. Let them go. If that's what you choose to do, then don't be so selfish that you determine that, okay, you know what? Well, I'm going to just keep her around until I find somebody better. Man, let that shit go and let her figure out her life. Better go and be with a dude that's going to actually pour into her and see the value of her. For real. I'm just going to be for real. I believe that everybody needs to be intentional, but at the same time, you got to listen, the main way that we show that we love God is by showing that we love the people that he put on this earth. And the thing that you can do the best for them is to let them move on and let them go. Stop trying to control and hold on to them when you're not trying to keep them. If you're not trying to hold on to them and keep them, then let them go. Let them go. And then don't come back and complain about some chick. Oh man, all these chicks ain't worth nothing. They for the streets. I don't want to hear not another dude that come to me and say, ain't no more good girls out here when y'all letting them go and y'all letting them hit the streets. Not another dude bet not come to me talking about, man, ain't no good girls out here. Anton, you the one that you got a unicorn. No, you got one, and you said, oh no, I can do 10 times better than that. I don't want no unicorns. I want this cute, overly cute girl over here that's a demon on the inside. That got kids. That's for the streets. That's all I'm saying. Don't come to me. Don't ask me to advocate for you. And do not say anything to me about saying that it ain't no more good girls out here. Just don't. Just don't. Don't come to me. Because you had one. And you let her go. So do what you feel like is best. Just don't be coming up and calling up on my show on Wednesday night acting like a victim. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Don't come to me acting like a victim. So be very, very careful. Choose wisely and be careful. Derek T says, can you discuss the zero mortgages and tax credit Biden is looking to put in place? Graham Stephan did a review and possibly react to that. Yeah, let me write that down. We can tackle that tomorrow. Zero mortgages and tax credits, huh? Let me see. Yeah, I can tackle that. Absolutely. Thank you for the suggestion. I wasn't familiar with it, but I'll look into it and I'll do some research before I tackle it. Cartez Cookie says, just acknowledge the best daily show, the Millionaire Morning Show. Yoshi504 says, yo, AD, can you adjust the news volume? I'm in a tractor and I can't hear shh. Yeah, I got you. A lot of these platforms, they got bad audio issues, but I'll work on that. I'll have to take an extra couple minutes in order to make sure I take care of that in the morning. Quinumdrum93 says, AD, imagine a tenant being 3 months late on paying you rent. Then you see that the same tenant is at the Benz dealership buying a new ride. This is how I see the Biden and Johnson administrations. I thought you was about to say this is what you're dealing with. Yeah, I feel you, big dog. Tim Stepney says, appreciate all that you do. And the Chasers, make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Wealth Building Journey says, watch what I say. Time, especially come summertime, most of the campaign ads will be around unborn deletion rights. And I'd say up to half of the Democratic commercials will be in Espanol. I think that you're right. I think that you're absolutely right. I agree with you. The Great Way says, do not do it, Kahari West. Talk to your brothers and sisters. They'll take her off your hands. A-Man says, everything that glitters ain't gold. Tyrone says, shout to you, AD. Hope you saw my email about why people don't like you at first. Let them dudes lead the good girls. They sound like male hyenas. I did see it. I see everything that come through. Matthew Washington says, they always say it's money in downing black women, which doesn't make sense because if you really wanted to make money, you would tell women what they want to hear because it's more money in that than keeping it. That's what I keep trying to tell people. They keep thinking that I'm coming up and then I'm benefiting from talking negatively. I can make way more money than telling them what they want to hear. But I don't. I just tell them the truth. What's up, P. Shank? Good morning, baby. What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? All right, y'all. Let's get into it. So we got to get into the show. We got to get it popping. I appreciate everybody that support the platform. I'll continue to read Super Chats throughout the show. But let's get to it. So I've been covering what is happening over in Haiti for a while now. Okay? Haiti is in turmoil. Let me bring you up to speed for those of you that is watching the Millionaire Morning Show for the first time so that you can understand exactly what is going on in Haiti, okay?
Let's get you to this. Haiti in crisis. Leaders are scrambling to form a new government after the prime minister stepped down. The Caribbean country is caught in another vicious cycle of lawlessness as armed gangs overtake the streets. Steve Harrigan is following the story live in Fort Pierce, Florida. And Steve, I know you know the country well. It's been a mess for about a year. I mean, it's never been great, unfortunately, for them. But right now, it seems it's worse than ever.
It certainly is. It's a scary situation for people on the ground there because it's a real power vacuum. No one really knows what's going to happen next. Just how bad is it? Well, the acting prime minister can't even get back to his own country after he resigned. He's stuck in Puerto Rico. That's because violent gangs have attacked the airport. They control now 80% of the city of Port-au-Prince. They've attacked jails and freed thousands of prisoners. Different political groups are trying to come together to agree on the appointment of a new prime minister, but it's not clear that people will accept what they're told.
How many times has it come here? They go from failure to failure and can do nothing for us.
The U.S. has agreed to spend $300 million on Kenyan peacekeepers, but the Kenyans say they're not going to go to Haiti until a government is in place. U.S. officials have been clear that it will be the Haitians who decide on their next leader.
It's not for us to make the call on who leads Haiti. It's for the Haitian people to make that call.
Florida Congressman Corey Mills carried out a dramatic helicopter rescue of 10 U.S. missionaries in Haiti who he said have been abandoned by the Biden administration. Right now in Haiti, the U.S. Embassy is still operational, secured by additional Marines.
What does Biden do outside of hit the campaign trail? What does Biden actually do outside of hit the campaign trail? Do y'all know what he do on a daily basis? Just curious. Because I always see, everybody got to take it into their own hands. Mercenaries got to go and get people out of Haiti, get Americans out of Haiti. Secure the U.S. Embassy. Texas got to control their own borders. Arizona got to figure it out for themselves. California, what does he do? Honestly, what does the president do? What does this mean? He said eat ice cream, take a nap, sleep. What does the president do every day? I don't know. Because everybody say, they've been abandoned by Biden. So every place in the world is just being abandoned by Biden. Except they cleaned up the streets when China came and visited. But other than that, he's just chilling. They hit the campaign trail. They give their starter speeches. He was there at the State of the Union. But nobody does what he sleeps. What does this dude do every day? Anyways, with that being said, so we know that Haiti is in turmoil, right? It's nothing like having a video mess up. We know that Haiti is in turmoil. Let me see if I can get this video up. And as a result of that, what's happening is a lot of Haitians are now starting to gather at the border. They're literally putting themselves in a position to now basically migrate over into the U.S. in a wave. It's about to be a wave of people migrating over into the U.S.
Turning now to the escalating crisis in Haiti, the U.S. is sending a team of Marines to the nation's capital city, Port-au-Prince, in an effort to help protect the U.S. Embassy.
Here's where things stand at this hour. Haiti is now preparing for new leadership after Prime Minister Ariel Henry announced his resignation yesterday. Today is the deadline for names to be submitted for the transition team that will select the country's new leader. Meantime, Governor Ron DeSantis announcing today he is increasing security here at home in an effort to stem a potential migrant influx of Haitians attempting to flee their homeland.
CBS News Miami's Tanya Francois has been following the story daily for us. She joins us live from Florida City with more on the forces being sent from South Florida to Haiti. Tanya?
Elliot, this is the road that leads to the Keys. It's the road law enforcement officers will take under Governor DeSantis' orders. Today, the governor announced he is sending hundreds of officers to stop a potential Haitian migration to Florida. Southcom, based right here in South Florida, issued a statement this morning saying more Marines are on the ground in Haiti to protect the U.S. Embassy and begin preparations for the Kenyan troops expected to restore law and order. Today is the deadline for names to be submitted for the transition team after the Prime Minister, Ariel Henry, promised to resign. Tuesday, the Coast Guard intercepted a boat off the coast of the Bahamas filled with 65 Haitians. They were all sent back. Concerns an influx of migrants from Haiti could reach the state of Florida are growing. Today, Governor DeSantis' office announced almost 400 troops will be moving to protect Florida's border. Here's the breakdown. 39 officers will come from the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, or FDLE. 23 officers and 8 Seacraft will come from the Florida Fish and Wildlife. Florida National Guard sending 48 guardsmen with 4 helicopters, and 30 troopers will come from FHP. This week, Miami-Dade Mayor Daniela Levine Cava wrote a letter to President Biden asking for the federal government to step in.
And we've called upon President Biden and his administration to immediately convene an in-person, multi-agency community gathering to meet with members of the Haitian American community and with our local authorities to brief us what is going on and what we are doing.
Governor DeSantis has also called for 250 law enforcement officers, including state guardsmen, to come. Tonight, Miami-Dade County Public Schools also reacting, also preparing, and already the number of Haitians in Dade schools has dramatically increased from last year to this one. Though
I say again, same question, different video. What does Biden actually do? It is the federal government's job Now, we know that Haitians has been coming over there to Miami and Florida for the longest, and the Spanish has been coming over there to Florida for the longest. But it is the government's job. Now we know that there's about to be basically an influx, like an overriding amount of Haitians, in addition to all of the Venezuelans and the Asians and all of these people continuing to come across our borders. What does he actually do? Why do we have to call him, hey, Biden, can you help us at the border? It's a whole bunch of people that's about to come over here that ain't supposed to be here. Is this something that you can help us with? We pay our taxes to you. They come out of our paycheck like normal. I wonder if we could decide to not pay taxes and if we got to wait for them to ask us in order to send them a check. Because God forbid, if you don't pay them taxes, they want to throw charges on you. We should be able to charge our leaders or something. Fine them, fine the government, give us some of our money back or something like that, since they're not actually giving us no services. We pay our taxes. Man, listen, bro. I looked at my paycheck. You know why some of the people actually don't budget the way that they're supposed to? It's because now we don't actually look at our paychecks. We only look at the amount that gets direct deposited into the bank. We don't actually look at the check stubs, the electronic check stubs anymore. Man, look, man, I looked at that check stub and I seen how much was coming out in federal taxes. I was like, now, never mind, I'm going to get a lot of it back. That's irrelevant. But the amount of money that people are, the amount of money that people are paying into federal, you pay way more into federal than you pay into your state. The amount of money that comes out of our paycheck to actually fund these salaries and the military and the infrastructure and the police officers. And yo, we pay for people to come and monitor us. We pay them to audit us and to see whether or not we actually cheating them. So I'm going to pay you to watch me to see if you can get more money out of me. Have y'all thought about that? We pay them to stop us and give us tickets if we going too fast on the roads. We pay them to make sure that they charge us for the plates that we have on our cars. We pay them in order to ensure that our borders are protected, but we get no representation. Taxation with no representation. Oh my God. I was looking at that check and I said, woo! Who increased taxes in this country? I don't know how y'all surviving. God, Lord knows. I looked at that check because thank God I don't really ever depend on it. It just goes right into the coffers, and then we make sure that we account for it. And then at the end of the year, the adjusted gross income, the amount, so I'm going to get whatever. You're paying them to monitor you, and then you don't get anything in return. But that is now the way of the world. Shout out to you. Just landed. I see you, baby girl. That is the way of the world. Let me read a couple of super chats, and then we're going to move over, because I want to show y'all what's happening over in Haiti, not just from what happened yesterday, but I want to give you a look into who this barbecue is that is now controlling. Bro, if we had somebody with a nickname like Barbecue controlling the United States of America, once it gets to that bad, you know he hit. Forster 2K9 says, the real question is why the community rebels rebel so hard against everything that's best for us, but will fight tooth and nail for what's worse for us, because that's the way we program to think. It's all propaganda. Hey, y'all, Biden is for poor people. Kahari West says, we need to talk so I can paint the whole picture for you. I'm not a crash dummy or effed up dude, honestly. You know who you are. What we need to talk for? Why do you feel like we need to talk so you can figure out whether or not you need to leave your girl? Just leave her. You're not there anyway. You already mentally gone. You're not there. The minute that you start having a conversation with yourself to figure out whether or not you can do better and say you can do 10 times better, you already gone. It doesn't matter who she is. It don't matter how good she is to you. It don't matter how much box she give you. No matter how much money she bring home and give you her paycheck. She could be submissive and all of that. It doesn't matter. If you already are questioning and saying, man, I know I could do 10 times better, you already left. You there in body, you there because it's a part of your routine, maybe even because you haven't had the courage to say it to her or be transparent about it, but you already gone. What, you want me to make you feel better about the fact that you already leaving? Leave. What what do you want me to tell you? You want me to try to convince you? You want me to validate it? I'm not going to validate it, bro. If you want to leave, leave. Just stop wasting time. Time on this earth is precious. Every single moment of our life we have to be accountable for. Just go. And then let her be for whoever it is that's going to get her. Just don't complain about it when he knock her down, make her pregnant, and then you see her walking through the streets, and then you dealing with that same hyena that you about to get that you think that you could do better than. Yo, you are already gone. If you don't feel like y'all on the same level, then leave and go and do something else. Just stop trying to prevent her from doing whatever she gonna do. You don't need me. You don't need to talk to me in order to paint the picture. Just go and do what you're gonna do. You know what you want to do. Listen, go. Why do y'all want me to validate you? Oh, I see what you're saying. Man, just go. Go. And then when she go out and she start busting it down, hey, listen. I tell you what, you leave, then tell her to DM me so that I can coach her through it, so that I can console her through the situation. I'ma see what she about. Have her come over here to Don't Do Coke in the Bathroom Studios. I got the black couch. Black couch is literally right over there, bro. The black couch is literally right over there. Me and her gonna have it. Let me show you where we gonna have a conversation. Right over here. Black couch is right over there, bro. It's right over there. It's right over there, the black couch. Right on the other side of that screen, we got the black couch, baby. We're gonna get it popping. We gonna get it popping, bro. Tell her to hit me up, man. Tell her to hit me up. We're gonna do an interview right there on the black couch. But I don't want her to bother you, so I just want her to come over here and kick it with your boys. It's literally on the other side of that green screen over there. Y'all don't want to go on the black couch? Here, I'll show y'all. I'm gonna give you the mini tour. I could do it. I could connect it to this one. I'm gonna connect. I'll give you the mini tour, bro. A lot of people not familiar with what happened, what my studio looked like. I'll show it to you. All right. So, you may not be able to hear me, but I'm going to kind of give you the idea of what we do here, right? This is the couch. This is where we work. Rock out. Show her that over there. All this over here. This is it. I got a black house for real. Seriously. Oh, this is the studio. I really do. I got a whole setup, a whole production. I ain't want y'all to hear me. I was just giving y'all the tour of what was happening. All right. So, hell, hit me up, man. We can get it popping. I got a whole setup. Y'all don't believe me. Here, hold on. Y'all want to see where the other part is? I'll show y'all where the other part is. Hold on. Y'all don't believe fat meat, greasy? Y'all don't believe fat meat greasy? Hold on. Let me see if I can get it in. We got time today. Oh, man. Hold on. Give me a second. I'm going to show you where we take them. And then you could decide for yourself. All right? All right. Let me get some audio on this joint. All right, so now that you can hear me, I'm gonna give you a tour. So this is how we do it, right? We come in. Matter of fact, I can show you my bike too, right? So this is my new bicycle. All right, this is what I use to get back and forth to work. But this is where the magic. Woo! I dropped it. This is where the magic happens, right? So this is the dressing room. All right, so this is where I got a bunch of boxes and stuff over here. We got Gucci boxes we haven't even opened up here yet. We got a dressing room and stuff like this. But this is where it really happens at, right? So we bring them in. We pop that down. Move that back. Throw that pillow up there. Prop up her head. Get her set up right there. And then it's in. We got a cover for her right here. And get it popping. We shut the door. We lock this right here. It's over. It's over. Get her a little bit of Henny right here. Most of the women, they like this right here, this Casamigos. Get her that Henny, that Casamigos. It's over. It's over for her, bro. And then she not yours no more. She not yours no more after that. I guarantee you. She not yours no more after that. I gave y'all a mini tour of a little bit. Y'all seen the red cups? I gave y'all a mini tour of what my studio is like. Woo! Come on, man. Send them my way, bro. We gonna fix them. Put them through wife school. Put them through wife. Put a pillow down. I got 2 of them. Lay your head on my pillow, boy. All right, y'all ready to get back into the show? Listen, this is a different type of show. This is a different type of show, all right? Let me read some of the super chats, then we gonna continue. Y'all see, we listen, we got Gucci, we got gift bags that we gonna send them home with. We got all of that. Gift bags, all of that. Grayway says, do not do it, AD. I want to let y'all know that there's some real ones out here that's waiting for your chick. Waiting for your chick. We got the non-disclosure agreements. We got the DocuSign for them to hit on their way in the door. Lock that door. We gonna have a good time. We got Red Bull over there. We got everything. Everything you need. It's good. Everything you need. This is good. Then we gonna send them back. Airport literally like 20 minutes away. Get them gone. Kahari's girl about to be on. Nah, I don't want you. Well, listen. I think he gonna do the right thing. The Gray Way is in the building. Shout out to the Gray Way. VN 2010 says, "Don't let me find her. She gonna bust it down for a real one. Ask her if she been on vacation lately, cause she needs some real." Y'all, wow. Oh, long time no see. God bless you. What up, Pat Hill? Jason Stakem's in the building says, is that the Super 73 e-bike? Shh, we not going to do that, Jason. Jason trying to tell all of my business. Red Bull, Henny, Red Bull. Most of the girls, they like that Casamigos. I don't know what it is. I don't know why girls love Casamigos so much. We keep that stock. I got a whole new case of Casamigos coming through soon. Anyway, let's continue over into the show. We already talked about that. Barbecue. Who is barbecue? Who is the person? Who is the person that is controlling Haiti now? I want to bring y'all up to speed on that. Let me go lock my door again because I want to make sure that ain't nobody coming in here. What up, Alex M? What's happening? Let me fast forward this.
Known as Barbecue. Who is this man? And why is he so powerful? Here's our report.
If Ariel Henry doesn't step down, the country will suffer a genocide. If Ariel Henry doesn't step down, if the international community continues to support Ariel Henry, they will lead us directly into a civil war that will end in genocide.
That's Jimmy Cherizier, better known as Barbecue. Barbecue sounded the bell and Prime Minister Ariel Henry's goose was cooked.
After the Council of Ministers tonight accepted to put into place a transitional presidential council, the members of the council will be picked after agreement with different sectors of the national life. The government I am running will remove itself immediately after the establishment of the said council.
Barbecue set fire to Haiti and the Prime Minister has been forced to step down. But who is Barbecue and how did he get so powerful? Powerful enough to cook up a civil war? Well, Barbecue is no ordinary fire starter. He was once on the other side of the divide. He was once a police officer, but he was fired in 2018 over his alleged involvement in extrajudicial killings. There was the Grande Ravine massacre in 2017, where more than 9 people were killed by the Haitian police. Then, in November 2018, another massacre took place, the La Saline massacre. 71 people were killed. 400 houses were burned down. Barbecue was apparently involved in both incidents. And a month after La Saline, he was kicked out of the force. Barbecue even faced US sanctions over the bloodbath, but that did nothing to stop his rise. After getting fired, Barbecue joined Haiti's gangs. He currently leads a coalition of gangs in Haiti, called the G9 Family and Allies. This group has been wreaking havoc for years without any punishment. Initially, it was because Barbecue had support from the top. Barbecue was allegedly working for Haiti's former president, Jovenel Moïse. He became the president's unofficial enforcer, enforcing order in the streets of Port-au-Prince and rounding up people to vote for his patron. But then, Moïse was assassinated in 2021. In his place came Ariel Henry. Henry became prime minister and acting president. He was put there by an international coalition to bring back order to Haiti, but he could not manage that alone. 2 weeks ago, Henry went to Kenya. This was to sign a deal that would have allowed the Kenyan police to lead an international force in Haiti. This force could have finally countered Barbecue and his boys. So it had to be stopped. When Henry left, Barbecue began his coup, and everything seems to have gone according to plan. So what's next for Barbecue?
We demand that the choice of the person who is going to lead this country we live in will be made by the Haitian people. We want to make sure the person who is going to lead this country's wife and children live in Haiti. We want to make sure the people who are going to be ministers in this government, their wives and their children live in the country.
Basically, Barbecue wants to rule, either directly or by holding the families of the next leaders hostage. Will he succeed, or will the next plan be a washout? We'll soon find out.
So you got a guy that is literally a former corrupt police officer. A formerly corrupt police officer that is now controlling the country. Dude is so corrupt that they had to fire him for basically being a part of a massacre. And now everybody, listen, God knows, only the Lord knows how he got the name Barbecue in the first place. Lord knows how he got the name Barbecue in the first place. In the whole country, and he got soldiers that listen to him. He has soldiers that listen to him. And he's listen, he's so powerful that he forced the prime minister to resign. The prime minister can't even escape because all of the airports is being controlled. And here's the worst part about it, because I don't think that y'all really even heard what it said. It said, listen, he's demanding that the next person, whether it's him or somebody else, whoever it is going to be the leader of Haiti, he didn't say they have to live in Haiti. He said he got to make sure that their kids, their wife, and their family live in Haiti, right? And what does that mean? That means that, translation, he wants to make sure that he can control them because he wants them to always be under the threat of violence based off of the fact that he knows where their family is. So as long as he can get to your family, he knows that he can control you. That's one of the first rules when it comes to making sure that you control your enemies, is to always help them to believe or to force them to think that it's a possibility that something can happen not to them, but to their family. Most people is willing to crash out for themselves, but when you start talking about their family, it's somebody in their family that they care about. Gam, daughters, husbands, wives, sons, and all of this stuff. It ain't about them. People are willing to sacrifice their own life for it. It's people that join the army, they join his gang and all of that. But when you start talking about getting to somebody's family, he didn't say that they had to live there. He said that their family had to be there and they basically can have access to him. This guy is a ruthless monster at the highest level. At the highest level. Haiti. Black Beauty, I seen you in there. I seen you in the chat. You the one was like, oh yeah, free my people. Let my people go. You say, yeah, let the people go. Listen. Y'all was sitting here telling me 2 days ago, 3 days ago, 4 days ago, Anton, It's okay over in Haiti. Listen, it's some beautiful parts. You need to go over there and visit. Visit what? They control 80% of Port-au-Prince. They control over 80% of Port-au-Prince. Why would I go there? What you think? Because I look like them over there or my skin is the same color? Man, don't you know that they can spot me? I will stick out like a sore thumb. You will stick out like a sore thumb immediately. When I went over to the Dominican Republic, I don't even remember what city that we stayed in. I was there for my daughter's taekwondo tournament. And we went over into the mall, and it was like a little high-end mall where they had all of the good stores and Louis Vuitton, and I bought my Louis Vuitton glasses from there and stuff like that. I bought a couple other things. And we were walking, and we would walk because we decided to move from a hotel over into an Airbnb because we wanted to be immersed in the city. And so we was walking, and me and Rita was walking, and Leslie was over in her, doing her practice and stuff. And you had all of these chocolate faces coming up to me. Hey, hey, oh my God, you're from the U.S. And I never said one word. They automatically knew immediately that I was from the U.S. Oh, you from the U.S. I said, maybe we shouldn't have got an Airbnb. Hey, let's walk around the block 3 times, do a circle, go to that left side. Let's take they didn't have an Uber. It was some other version of an Uber. And they Ubers over there, they was getting on the back of scooters. I said, we don't want to let these people know where we stay at. I had a building with extra security added and all of that other type of stuff. Oh, my God. I just gave everybody some money. I gave everybody some money. Seen all of them chocolate faces over there. I said, listen, I learned one thing about living in Detroit. You don't go directly home. You don't pass go. You don't collect 200. When I come from an event or when I come from a game, bro, I do 100 on one stretch of it, and then I come up off the freeway. I do a U-turn doing a certain way. I come back down the freeway, and then I come back up, and then I go up it again on a different freeway, and then I head to the crib. Oh, you thought I was going up 94 and 75? I wasn't. And the whole time, I'm paying attention to what's happening in my rear view. Somebody back there? I am absolutely aware. What you think that when I went to another country, I wasn't going to be paying attention? I'm paying so much attention. They know who you are. They ain't crazy. Keep trying to set me up to go over there to Haiti. You ain't about to set me up and have me crashing out in a whole nother country that I don't know with a dude named Barbecue. Hey, where Barbecue at? Y'all know Barbecue? Yeah, okay. Okay. So that's what's happening over in Haiti. Let me read a couple of super chats and we're going to continue. Quick 10 for the exclusive audio studio A tour. Always appreciate the motivation, AD. I'm actually looking to move my studio over into another part of the building, but we'll see what happens. It got even a better view. So we'll see what's going on. Shout out to Bitcoin Brown. I appreciate you. Pretty Boy 79 says, man, you are no longer Anton Daniels. You are Anton Savage after 12. Oh, man. So wait a minute. Y'all thought that guy gave me a soul pole for no reason? I call it the rod of correction, personally. Oh, I'm sorry. This ain't After Hours. This is the Millionaire Morning Show, right? Is this the Millionaire Morning Show or is this After Hours? I call it the rod of correction. Do not spare the rod of correction. They will not die. I think that's what the words say, ain't it? I might have got that scripture mixed up. Don't worry about it. You are spewing U.S. rhetoric, Anton. Well, I'm in the United States of America. What else am I supposed to spew? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all of my people. Mr. Merriweather, let's continue over. Let's go over to Trump, y'all. We got to get to Trump. Before we get into anything else, I got to get to the TikTok man. I got to get to Don Lemon. We got to get there. So before we Before we get over to all of that, the TikTok ban and all of that, the House has voted in order to ban TikTok and all of that. We got to give y'all an update of what's going on with Trump. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications.
Now to that sweeping racketeering case against Donald Trump in Georgia. A Fulton County judge today dismissing 6 of the 41 counts against the former president and top ally.
Hold on 1 second. Let me see something. Carlisle Tom said facts. Anton knows very little about Haiti. I don't want to know about Haiti. Listen, I tell you what, to all of my Haitians, you stay where you are, and we gonna stay where we are over in the United States of America, and that's cool, right? Facts. Anton knows very little about Port-au-Prince. I know Barbecue is over there doing his thing. Listen, for all of y'all people that love Haiti so much, how come y'all won't go over there? How come y'all don't go over there? Everybody got an opinion, but don't nobody actually, why don't you go there? Why don't you go and fix it? Fix the community over in Haiti. Man, I don't care nothing about Haiti. You think I want to go over there? I don't. I promise you this. This is my promise to you. Of all of the places that I'm going to visit in my lifetime, I promise you I will never step foot in Haiti. I promise you I will never, ever, 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 ever. You ain't never got to worry about one Anton Daniels from AntonDaniels.com going over to Haiti. Carlisle Tom, he one of them dudes that always be in the contrary. He said, but it's okay. I'm informed about what goes on over there. From who? You went over there and you wouldn't talk to Barbecue? You don't know nothing. Listen. You don't know nothing. Only thing you know is what I tell you. You don't know nothing. Your sources ain't on the ground in Haiti. Hey, y'all got to stop listening to these fake deep people. But it's a fact that I know what's really going on over there from the U.S. Man, shut up. Shut up. You don't know nothing, and countries are meant to be conquered. Everybody is meant to be conquered. Everything and everyone is always going to be wars since the beginning of the time, and winners are the ones that write the rules. You don't know nothing. You ain't on the ground. You ain't never been to Haiti. You don't know nobody from there. You ain't got a line to the embassy over in Haiti. Shut up. Man, I'm informed. I got my third eye going on over there in Haiti. Shut up. Nigga, you don't know nothing. You just talking. You don't know no more than anybody else that's over here in the United States of America. We all privileged, and we all got living our comfortable homes and having a good time. You don't know nothing. The CIA told me. Man, the CIA don't know you, Carlisle. Carlisle with a Y. Don't nobody know you. Don't nobody know you. Ain't nobody checking for you. Ain't nobody felt like you was important enough for them to give you some information. I know because the CIA done got a secret report. Well, show me the documents. Email it to me. Always these fake wokes. My Wu-Tang Clan third eyes always got an eye over in Haiti. Shut up. The people in Haiti don't even know what's going on. You don't even know what's going on in your own city. Who your city councilman? Who your treasurer? I know what's going on in Haiti. Shut up. Just shut up. You just be talking. Niggas be talking. Let's talk about Trump.
Rudy Giuliani and Mark Meadows. It's considered a legal setback for prosecutors, but Trump still faces 10 charges that could result in decades in jail. Here's CBS's Nicole Killian.
Fulton County Judge Scott McAfee threw out charges that accuse former President Trump and several of his co-defendants of pressuring public officers to violate their oaths as part of an alleged effort to overturn the 2020 election. McAfee said District Attorney Fani Willis and her prosecutors were not specific enough about the violations, writing, "The lack of detail concerning an essential legal element is fatal." Just 3 of Trump's 13 counts were tossed, including one for his January 2021 phone call to Georgia's Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger.
I just want to find 11,780 votes.
Trump's legal team applauded the ruling.
It was a step in the right direction. It goes to the sloppiness of, frankly, the prosecutors down there.
Former federal prosecutor Tom Dupree said it was only a partial victory for Trump.
The judge's decision effectively has the result of narrowing the case against Trump and the other defendants. It doesn't eliminate it entirely, though.
It is a lie. McAfee's ruling comes ahead of a highly anticipated decision this week about whether Willis and Special Prosecutor Nathan Wade should be disqualified from the election interference case. Last month, the pair admitted to having a romantic relationship for about a year after Wade was hired, but denied any wrongdoing.
The romantic relationship ended before the indictment was returned, yes or no?
To a man, yes.
What does that mean to a man, yes? What does that mean to a man, yes? Listen, man, they have spent so much money. Do y'all realize how much money is being spent chasing this? Only to have 6 of the charges thrown out. Not all of them, 6 of the charges thrown out. Do y'all realize how much money has been spent? All of the millions and millions and millions of tax dollars that has been spent chasing this, only for it to come back and backfire and completely ruin your life. I wonder this. Here's what I always wonder. If she had to do it all over again, would she even have done this in the first place? If they had to do it all over again, would she even go down this path in the first place? Because her life is ruined, in my opinion. There's no way that she can get voted back as Fulton County DA. No way that she could get voted back as Fulton County DA. This has never happened to any president in history. They're trying to influence what it is that people have the option to vote as far as the election. And if she had to do it all over again as far as having her whole life upended, even though we know that they sassy, ashy, and not classy, would they do it all over again? We know that he was lying about his bag. He been busting it down since 2019. The whole thing is just smelly. It stinks. And if any one of it, any bit of it is trash, then you got to throw the whole thing away. If any one of it is trash, if this thing and any part of it stinks, in which the whole thing smell like anchovies, you got to throw the whole thing away. So let's back up for a minute. But Trump, because he's fighting charges all over the United States of America, New York, Atlanta, Florida. He's now down in Florida to fight the dismissal of a classified documents case.
To another Fox News alert, about 2 hours from now, former President Trump is expected to appear
Shout out
in
to
a Florida courtroom as his legal team fights to get his classified documents case tossed.
So this comes as the Georgia judge throws out 6 counts in the state's election interference case against Trump. A lawyer for Trump saying the ruling is correct application of the law, as the prosecution failed to make specific allegation of any alleged wrongdoing on those counts.
A decision on whether DA Fani Willis will be allowed to stay on the Georgia case or be disqualified is also expected this week.
All right, let's bring in Fox News legal analyst Greg Jarrett. All right, Greg, let's start with the fact that the Trump team is trying to dismiss the Florida documents case. Where's that going to go?
Well, as I said on the day of the FBI raid, the retention of documents, Steve, by a former president is not a criminal case. It's a civil matter. It's governed exclusively by the Presidential Records Act. So if the government wants records returned, the proper remedy is a civil court action, not a criminal indictment. That's, in fact, how it was handled in the Bill Clinton case at the time. The DOJ argued an ex-president can keep whatever he wants, and a federal judge agreed with that. But here, because it's Trump, Biden's attorney general and the special counsel reverse course. They renounced their longstanding position, and they went after Trump criminally, even though he had declassification authority while president, which, by the way, Joe Biden didn't have when he removed documents.
You know, Greg, I'm so sorry.
Go ahead.
I'm just curious. Typically, you can get some type of inference from a judge based on their past rulings. But Judge Cannon is new on the bench. Where do you see this going?
Well, she has posed questions in earlier court hearings and as well as some of her writings about, she's not quite sure the proper legal standing that the government is taking here. So that's a bit of a tip of the hat that she may be seriously looking at dismissing some, if not all, of the charges. Wow. What do I think she'll do? I frankly don't think she'll do that.
A judge threw out 6 counts of Trump's election interference indictment in the state of Georgia yesterday. What do you make of the ruling about Fani Willis? Do you think she'll be removed from the Trump case?
She has to be. She has to be. Absolutely has to be removed. 100%. I don't even know how she can even be on this case. After everything that we uncovered, I don't even think that there's anything more that anybody could have uncovered that's any worse than we've already found out. There's no way she can be the prosecuting attorney on Trump's case in Georgia at all. Not only that, I don't think that she should even be the Fulton County District Attorney at all. I think that she should lose her job. I'm never one to call for somebody to lose their job, but if your job is to be a public servant and to do the thing that's in the best interest of the people and not for yourself, you have to be removed. It's no way. Shout out to Edward Williams. Everybody that's in the chat, I'm going to read the super chat shortly. It's no way that you can still be on this case. Impossible.
Well, I don't think the judge has any choice here. It's pretty obvious that this is not only improper, but it creates a serious conflict of interest prohibited by the canons of ethics. So, I think in the end, he's going to have to remove her. But, the action yesterday dismissing the 6 charges, that was the right move. These were always legally unsound because petitioning government officials to take action by itself is not a crime. In fact, it's a protected right under the First Amendment. Trump and others were demanding that Georgia officials re-examine the count, challenge the electors. Well, guess what? That's exactly what Democrats did 4 years earlier, and it was permissible under the Electoral Count Act. It's okay for them to do it, but when Trump does it, it's a crime.
We know what's happening. Every single person in the world all know what's happening. We know that this is an agenda in order to influence people or to try to control whether or not people have the option to vote for him, and then control what happens during the elections, or whether or not they can cripple him, or whether they can discourage him from continuing to do what he's going to do. That's not even a question. The real thing that we should be discussing and having a conversation about is, it's not a matter of what the agenda is. Shout out to Rosita of Tila. Yeah, I will say that this show is the best show on earth. I'm not going to be humble about that. I do believe that this show is the best show on earth. And the extent and the lengths that I go through in order to actually share my studio and share what happens inside the Don't Do Coke in the Bathroom studios and all of that stuff. You guys should really be hitting a like for the algorithm at the very least. But here's the question. When I see my guy like Eric Daniels say, no, that's Trumper talk, Anton, I have to disagree with you. And the reason that I disagree with you is that I don't think that anybody is disillusioned that this is all trumped up and this is all silly. That's not even a question. I think what happens is people are okay with it happening because it's happening to somebody that they don't like. That's the real issue, is that it's happening to somebody that we don't like, so we okay with it, but you can't be okay with it because an injustice not being objectively prosecuted is an injustice to the system itself. You can't pick and choose when the system makes sense and when it doesn't make sense. When it's not right, regardless of whether or not you like the person, you got to get rid of it. You have to get rid of it. You cannot have an injustice for it to be unfair across the board, because it then put in question a justice system that we subject ourselves to in the first place. And so it really the only reason that people want it to continue to happen is because it's happening to somebody that they don't like. It has nothing to do with whether or not they actually know that this is a valid case. You know that it's not valid. You know that it's silly. You know that they're going after him. Everybody and their mama know that they going after Trump. Everybody, no, that's not even a question. We know this. This is so obvious and so transparent. Bro, people are getting elected. Letitia James is basically standing on, and her whole campaign promise was based off of the idea that she had a vendetta and was going to go after Trump. That's crazy. But because they're doing it to him, it's okay. Read some of these super chats and then we're going to get into this TikTok ban because I'm hearing a lot about that. I started not to even cover it. But I'm hearing a lot about it. Shout out to I Am Trendy Vibes. I like that picture. Says you should interview Cherizier. Talking about barbecue? They even got good internet up because I'm not going over there. I told you, listen, one thing is for sure and two things is for certain. I'm never stepping foot in Haiti. I called it hazy. It might as well be called hazy. I'm never stepping foot in Haiti. Tell him to jump on the live stream. Tell his people to hit my people up and we'll jump on the live stream. Finding love in the Dominican Republic says, you capping about DR. No Dominican makes a big deal because you're American.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on? I'm on the live stream. How was your flight?
Oh shoot. Okay. Good.
What's wrong?
Well, you know that they don't know I'm coming and they might be watching, but it's okay.
Oh, it was supposed to be a surprise. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It was good. It was really good. Good.
Remember when we was over in the Dominican Republic and we was walking back and forth to the mall and we was going shopping and we went to Louis Vuitton and all of that and whatever, so on and so forth?
Yeah.
How'd you like that mall?
It was nice.
Do you remember when we was walking and we was running into different people like the kids and stuff like that, all of the little chocolate faces?
Yes.
Do you remember what I was saying about them or about them being able to identify us?
I don't.
You don't remember what I was saying?
No.
About sticking out or anything like that? Okay, no worries.
Sorry.
No, it's cool. It's cool. No worries. Somebody in the live stream, let me tell you why I asked you anyway. And you know, I get it. Somebody in the live stream said that the people in the Dominican Republic didn't care that we was American and they didn't notice that we stuck out.
Oh, they cared. Well, I have a story. I mean, I don't remember what you said, but when we were at Leslie's tournament, the guy that was doing the security at the venue, he came over to us because it started getting like super dark outside. He came over to us and was like, you know, hey, when y'all leave out, everybody leave out together. Get in your car and leave. He said they know that y'all Americans and they're waiting outside for y'all. That was his exact words. I don't know if you remember when I called you because I was like,
I remember when you called me.
I'm like, I want to go home.
I remember exactly when you called me.
They absolutely did know that we were Americans for sure.
Thank you.
Okay.
People, honestly, I'm going to just tell you, people say anything. No, they didn't know. They didn't. They couldn't spot you. Nobody cared. Shout out to you for the super chat though. Now here's the difference. We wasn't over in the places that you go over into the Dominican Republic. Kung Fu Hustler says, shout out to us shorter guys with the pocket dry. Oh, Chase Barnes says barbecue is barbecuing up in Haiti. Lord. Shout out to McCole says, I got this super sticker for you. I know when people that's black that come over into Detroit, that's from another city, let alone that's from another country. Why wouldn't they be able to identify when they spot us? David Williams says, would you ever buy a Rolls? Do you have a dream car? I don't. I don't have a dream car. I had a dream car when I was younger. I think that it's only a dream car as long as it's unattainable. The only Rolls Royce that I would look at is a Spectre. So I don't know. Maybe when I get older, it doesn't do anything to me though. Like when I see it, like it doesn't do anything for me personally. Now, if I wanted to buy it just to like stick out and show off or anything like that, then it will be different. But it doesn't do anything for me personally. But I would consider it. It's just that when you start getting into that price range, you start looking at it a little differently. Like, does this really change the dynamics? Actually, to be honest with you, to be honest with you, I'm thinking about getting rid of all of my cars. You see, I showed y'all my bike over there. I actually just bought a bike, and I spend a majority of my time now. Hopefully, I'm gonna spend a majority of my time now that the weather has changed, riding a bike and all of that. Class E says Fonnie is a joke, and I need her to get up out of ATL, out of there. ATL does not stand with her. Salute to the GOAT. Salute to the GOAT. AL says, I went to DR with my frat shirt on, and all the kids were going crazy. They love the Qs out there. And they probably look for the clothes and the stuff that you wear and all of that. It's probably different. She capping, I'm Dominican, and even family act different. Handsome Expression says, I'm Dominican and I can attest what you're saying. Attest to what you're saying, Anton. I guess everybody got a difference of opinion, huh? Well, let's continue. Let's go ahead and continue on with the show. So, sell me your Porsche. Let me buy the Porsche. I don't really sell my cars. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll talk about it. The U.S. House passed a TikTok ban. And I've been seeing a lot of people talking about TikTok being banned online. And so I wanted to get more insight to be able to present to you guys and not just go by what it is that they're saying on social media. All right. So hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications.
Now to breaking news in our nation's capital. The U.S. House of Representatives has passed a bill that would ban TikTok in the U.S. unless its Chinese parent company sells the social media platform. KTLA's Trevor Shirley live in Washington with the latest for us. Trevor, good morning.
Frank, good morning to you as well. This vote just coming down in the House within the past hour or so. It was an overwhelmingly bipartisan vote. The final vote count coming in at 352 to 65. And because there was so much buy-in from both sides of the aisle, it could certainly influence how the Senate votes whenever this bill gets over to that side of Congress. The legislation comes amid growing concern over the Chinese government's ability to access data collected by TikTok.
This is a serious issue. We didn't come to it lightly.
Last week, a House committee unanimously passed the legislation that could potentially ban the social media app here in the U.S.
Algorithms, tracking people. It's dangerous for our young people, and we got to find a way to rein it in.
As it stands, the bill would force the Chinese company ByteDance to sell its ownership of TikTok or face a U.S. ban.
What we're dealing with here is very specific concerns about the structure of this company and its relationship with the Chinese government and the Chinese Communist Party.
The FBI and the FCC warned ByteDance could share TikTok user data with the Chinese Communist Party, something TikTok denies. But some lawmakers worry a ban could limit the rights of Americans.
Some of us are concerned that there are First Amendment implications here. Americans have the right to view information.
Supporters argue that's not the case.
Our bill is not an act of censorship. It is a safeguard for our citizens, a firewall against foreign adversary-controlled applications.
Others say Congress needs a more comprehensive approach to all social media, not just TikTok.
We can't just single out one. I don't think we fully appreciate the impact this is going to have.
Now, because we just saw such overwhelmingly bipartisan consensus on this legislation in the House, there's a really good sense now that senators will take a stronger look at this legislation and consider, because of that bipartisan support, whether or not that may influence how they end up voting on this. At this point, it's not clear when this legislation will make it over to the Senate for a vote or which way it could go over there either.
So I'm going to play a different video that basically breaks down what this means and what they're trying to actually do. But let me say this. Let me give a couple of thoughts before we get into this guy and break it down, right? I see a lot of people on here saying they don't like TikTok and all of that. I'm not a big TikTok fan. I actually discovered recently how to monetize it the way that it really needs to be monetized. So it may be a couple bags that we need to get over there, you know what I'm saying? But people are freaking out because people have now blown up and making a bunch of money from TikTok. And so this wouldn't be meaningful if it wasn't a financial incentive behind it, behind the people that's advocating for or against it, right? All of the people that's voting for it, which this is the reason why we have this is the reason why we have layers in our legislative branches. Because in order for it to pass, then it has to go up through the Senate and so on and so forth. So the House, having such overwhelming support for the ban of TikTok, then votes on it, and then the Senate decides when they want to see it, and then they vote for it, and they determine it, whatever, so on and so forth, right? But the point of the matter is this. Whenever you start to introduce a financial incentive for people, and I've actually went on yesterday and I seen when I was putting my bike together, I was looking at what people was talking about it online, and it was overwhelming support from people on TikTok for TikTok because, again, people have made a lot of money. They get TikTok famous. Some people have not made that much money, whatever, right? And now that they started to introduce a program where people can get paid from it, now people are really losing their mind with regard to it, right? So, you know, people don't like you messing with their money. They don't like you messing with the money. They don't care who see the information. They don't care if China see it, Russia see it, none of that. Listen, if you asking the people that care about TikTok what they think about security, United States security, they're going to be like, listen, before you start talking about TikTok, why don't you close off our borders? They going to say, before you close off TikTok, why don't you seal off the borders? I'm telling you, people don't like it when you start to mess up the money or when they start to mess up their fame.
Joining us this morning, CNBC contributor and The Verge editor-in-chief Nilay Patel joins us. Nilay, there's so much we don't know about the Senate's ability to get this on the floor, what information might have been shared during some of these secure briefings. What's your read on this morning?
My read is that TikTok had better figure out how to divest itself, because one way or another, the United States government is going to make sure that China doesn't own a gigantic social media company in the United States. Whether it's this bill, whether it's this president, it feels like the mood on Capitol Hill has shifted. In particular, you mentioned that briefing. I was just at South by Southwest, and word on the street at South by Southwest was that the members of the select committee who saw the secure briefing were utterly convinced by what they saw in that briefing. And I think as that information gets out and we learn more what happened in there, we're going to see more and more bipartisan support to make sure that the Chinese government doesn't own a massive media distribution platform in the United States. I agree with you, though. I think what happens in the Senate is totally unclear.
Do you buy this line from lawmakers that it's not a ban, it's a forced sale that could lead to a ban, or is this at its heart, is it a ban?
Yes, in its way. I mean, I know you call me on CNBC to get wonky and technical, so here I am. The bill regulates the app stores, right? It regulates the infrastructure providers. It names TikTok only to define what kinds of businesses the app stores and infrastructure providers cannot do business with. So the bill doesn't actually directly ban TikTok. It just tells Apple and other infrastructure providers, you can't have TikTok here. Okay, so that means TikTok can sell itself. I think there's enough money on the line from both domestic and foreign investors in TikTok to say, okay, we've got to make sure we protect our capital, our investment. We've got all these users. We're making all this money. We should get out of this definition of foreign adversary-controlled application and make sure we can still do business with Apple and the other providers in the United States that we need. So it is not directly a ban. That is technically accurate. if TikTok remains in Chinese control, yeah, it's going to get banned because all these companies in the United States are not allowed to do business with it.
So essentially what he's telling you is that, long story short, from a C student's perspective, I'm going to give you the cliff notes. Basically what he's saying is that TikTok is going to have to sell itself to U.S. consumers or U.S. company in order for them to continue to do business here in the United States of America eventually. That's really what it comes down to. I even seen Trump recently. I heard a report that says Trump does not want TikTok to be completely banned in the United States of America because that would then give Facebook, which is basically Instagram, what's up, Mika, a monopoly. Well, you see YouTube and all of that stuff too, but it would basically empower Facebook and Instagram, which I'm sure that Facebook and Instagram and Meta, which this is one of the things that I want to talk about tomorrow. I want to talk about it tomorrow on a Stock Club in the morning. I already posted it. I posted the time. I posted everything inside of the Patreon. So if y'all going to tap into the Patreon, link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. A lot of us in Stock Club have certain companies in our portfolio that is going to be impacted depending on which way that this goes and how this thing plays. Because one of the things that we're going to talk about in Stock Club tomorrow, and the way that we do Stock Club is just not going through and saying, oh, we're going to pick this stock and oh, we're going to pick that stock. No, we break it down and we say, well, listen, this is why this makes sense. This is what's happening. This is the 8 things that we look for when we look to apply it to a company, right? When we look to invest into a company. How does this make sense? What's the long-term prospects of it? What is the management doing? We break it down all the way down. We look at the charts. We look at the money. We look at the margins. We look at the debt to equity ratio. We look at everything when it comes to these companies. We look at the industry. We look at how easy it is to be disrupted, and we break it down. One of the things that I want to talk to you all about, because last time we talked about buying opportunities when there's a lull in a particular company or a particular market, whether or not you can identify as the company bad or is there just woeing or a downturn in the sentiment of the company that's influencing the stock price, and it's a better buying opportunity. Tomorrow, we want to go over how politics will and can influence the stock price or the valuation of a company, and what does that look like, right? So we're going to go over that. Somebody asked me to break that down. We're going to go over that tomorrow in Stock Club, as well as look at our portfolio and as well as looking at different companies that I think would be a good investment opportunity, or to break down why something wouldn't be an investment opportunity. So I think that it's going to be a really, really, really interesting and good Stock Club. If y'all not going to be tuned into that live stream, make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. But yeah, we are going to go over and break down exactly how you need to be looking at these different companies based off of the politics that's happening here in the United States and internationally. All right. Somebody keep asking me how much for my Impala. I'm not selling my Impala. I'm not selling. What are y'all talking about? Anton for governor? Nope. And everything for sale. Anton, how much you want for that 96 Impala? Need that Detroit? Nah. I was Listen, I've been chasing that 96 Impala since I graduated high school. When I had to get the right one, I seen it and I got to get it. Listen, I said I'm looking to get rid of my main cars. My classics, I think I'm going to keep those. So right now, I'm eyeing a DeLorean, and I'm eyeing a 2004 Marauder, Mercury Marauder, and I'm also eyeing a 1986 Grand National. 1986 Grand National. Some people want to switch it over and act like, no, it's just a Buick Regal. No, it's a Grand National. Turbocharged, 6-cylinder. All right. Let's continue. Let me read a couple of super chats, and then we're going to get over to the final thing. I'm not selling my Impala at all. I'm not selling my Impala. Jeremy H. says, DR, I can't even go into certain parts of Hawaii. Talk about it. Noble Xavier says, so you'll get rid of the Impala. Why everybody want me to sell my Impala? Man, what's wrong with y'all? Why y'all want me to get rid of my Impala so bad? Jesus. Should I put the Mercedes? I'll take that. Mika loved the Mercedes. Mika loved the Merc. Mika liked the Mercedes more than she liked the Porsche. Mika is obsessed with that Mercedes. Mika, you coming to see me next week? Let me know, Mika, if you coming to see me next week. I'm about to call you, girl. Cab Reviews Plus says, thanks, Anton, for that TikTok news. I was just about to run some business ads on the platform. Just save me a few bucks. I mean, you still could possibly run the ads on a platform if you see it as a value add to what's going on. Prince Elian says, the main concern with TikTok isn't security. It's the ideologies China is pushing to our people. Our government is using security issues as a ruse. You said that's a fact, though, Mika? All right, bet. Bet. We got work to do. J-Dub says, so no border control, poison food, crime outbreak, and TikTok is bad. Right. They need to, you coming? I bet, Mika. You have a Chinese-owned rail company and making rail cars for the MBTA, SEPTA, and the CTA. This is dangerous. Mika, Quentin said, are you trying to go to Oklahoma? Oh, my God. Quentin said, are you trying to go to Oklahoma, Mika? I'm out the car. I don't know if she's busy. Nah, I ain't going to call you. We got to finish the show. Mika, I'm going to call you after the show, though, because we got to figure some stuff out. All right, last but not least, did y'all know that Don Lemon had a show on X, courtesy of Elon Musk? She said, no, Quentin. Did y'all know that Don Lemon had a show, or had, not have, had a show on X? I bet y'all didn't know that. Listen, but Elon Musk canceled that immediately. P. Shank, I'm going to read that super chat shortly. Check it out, y'all. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. He's going over why Elon Musk canceled his show. I wasn't even following Don Lemon. I didn't even know it was bad or not. I'm trying to figure out. I haven't watched this. This is the first time that I've seen it, so I'm going to check it out. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, man.
Elon Musk tells Don Lemon, quote, contract is canceled, end quote. Now, in a moment, I'm going to speak exclusively with Don Lemon, and he has clips of the nearly hour-and-a-half interview with Musk. Clips like this one that we received from Don's production team.
Don, the only reason I'm doing this interview is because you're on the X platform and you asked for it. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, I would not do this interview.
So you don't think? Do you think that you wouldn't get in trouble, or you wouldn't be criticized for these things?
I'm criticized constantly. I could care less.
We're going to have more clips from Lemon's interview with Musk in a moment. In a statement earlier today, Lemon writes in part, quote, there were no restrictions on the interview that he willingly agreed to. We had a good conversation. Clearly, he felt differently. His commitment to a global town square where all questions can be asked and all ideas can be shared seems not to include questions of him from people like me. Now, CNN reached out to X for their comment, and their response is, quote, we reserve the right to make decisions about our business partnerships. And after careful consideration, X decided not to enter into a commercial partnership with the show.
Well, before Don Lemon goes into and start talking about why it is that he got removed and fired as far as his show on X, let me say this. This is what happens when you own the business and own the platform. You can determine, and see, this is one of the reasons why he wanted to buy it. I don't think that Elon Musk looked at X, formerly known as Twitter, and said, I want to see how it is that I can reevaluate how we going to make money on the platform. I think that when you make so much money, you start to look at life like Monopoly. You start to move certain pieces on and off the board according to how you see fit. According to how you see fit. First of all, I haven't heard from Don Lemon in a long time. Does Don Lemon still work for CNN? Honestly, I'm just wondering if he still works for CNN. Because Don Lemon, it seemed like he trying to be like Tucker Carlson, but the opposite, and then he got left out in the woods. Honestly. Secondly, I don't know how y'all are not situationally aware. I know that a lot of people say, hey, man, you could say anything to me and you can ask any question that you want. Let me tell you what I do when I get into interviewing people, or when I start having relationships with people. The first thing that I say is, "Hey, fam, is it anything that you don't want me to ask?" And then after we do the interview, I say, "Is it anything that you want me to take out?" Also, on top of that, I am very careful about what I say to people, regardless of how they describe to me. "Oh man, you can say or you can do anything." I'll be like, "Oh, okay." Listen, I met an incredibly wealthy guy. I'm not gonna say no names, but I met an super incredibly wealthy guy. And I was talking to his people, and I was like, is it comfortable to ask them this or ask them that or whatever like this? It's like, yeah, they don't care. They open book. They say you can say whatever. Man, I already had some insight into some of the stuff that he was sensitive about. I'm not about to ask him that just because they saying that I have the autonomy to do so, and what, ruin a relationship and mess up the money? Listen, look, bro, y'all better learn how to be situationally aware. Listen, if you talking to a woman, and excuse my French, if you're talking to a woman and she say, "Oh my God, you can ask me anything. I don't care. I'm an open book." Don't do it. Better use your context clues. Be smart about it. Be smart about it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Bro, I know she said it. She didn't really mean it the way that you took it. I need y'all to start being situationally aware. You don't go and interview a billionaire and then look to offend them. You don't go to interview a billionaire and then look to offend them. I don't know how some of these people like Don Lemon got to the positions that they got to, but good God, is these guys not people? I mean, I'm truly an open book. I'm truly an open book. And I tell people, especially when I'm on an interview, "Hey man, you can ask me anything." And I truly mean it. And I know that people still tiptoe around certain things, and I have to push them. Hey, push it. Go ahead and do it. Because listen, just because you can ask me anything don't mean that you're not going to get the certain type of response, because it may not make you look good. It may not make you look good. I just displayed that over the weekend when I jumped on somebody's live stream. I'm not going to say no names because I'm cool and everything is good. We had a conversation. But they invited me up, and I said, "Listen, you can ask me directly. Now, that don't mean that you can control my response. It may not go the way that you thought that it was going to go. But you can certainly ask me whatever it is that you want to ask me. And some stuff, it just don't make sense. Like, listen, just leave that alone. Just leave it alone. And sometimes I'm going to look at you as weird. What you asking about my daughter for? You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you ask me that? It was a dude that did a video where he was questioning, in his hypothetical situation, he put my daughter in. And I'm like, how would he even bring that up? Like, who thinks to mention and talk about somebody else's underage daughter in a video? Now, you can ask it. That don't mean that it's going to go the way that you think that it's going to go. So anyways, let me find out what he's saying is the reason why Elon Musk canceled him.
Now,
Next week, whenever you want. All you got to do is say the word, Mika. Whenever you want. All you got to do is say the word.
Decision coming as Musk had, of course, publicly courted Lemon and has repeatedly made a commitment to free speech when he bought Twitter again and again and again.
Well, I think it's very important for there to be an inclusive arena for free speech where all, Twitter has become kind of the de facto town square.
Free speech is meaningless unless you allow people you don't like to say things you don't like. Otherwise, it's irrelevant.
I really can't emphasize this enough. We must protect free speech. And free speech only matters, it's only relevant when it's someone you don't like saying something you don't like. It's damn annoying when someone you don't like says something you don't like. That is a sign of a healthy, functioning free speech situation.
Again and again and again. And remember, Musk's X has over 250 million daily active users. 250 million people on this planet resolve it. Use it. It is the town square.
I use it.
Joining me exclusively out front is Don Lemon. So Don, you do this 90-minute long interview with Musk. You sit down with him. This is the culmination. He had actively courted you to come on one of his tweets.
Somebody in the chat tell me if Don Lemon still works for CNN. Does Don Lemon actually still work for CNN, or did he just completely get removed because of those white women?
Have you considered doing your show on this platform? Maybe worth a try.
When he tried to be
Audience is much
Kevin
bigger.
Samuels.
It had been public. Then you had reached a deal. I'll talk about that later. Then he texts 24 hours after this 90-minute long interview, which is the first of your show launching.
Pissed him off.
He says, contract is canceled. What happened?
First of all, it's good to see you, Aaron. Thank you for having me on. That's a good question for Elon Musk, quite frankly. What happened?
Oh, he was fired last year. Ah. So he out here freelancing, trying to get his little podcast popping. Okay. He decided to take his talents over to X like Tucker Carlson. It didn't go well. Good God. So he just on here doing the interview. He not an actual part of the platform. All right. Okay. So we got more context now.
I said in my statement, I felt really good about the interview. I said to him as we were doing the interview, and it was tense at moments, but you've been involved in tense interviews. Yep. I said to him, I think it's good that people see folks like you and I who have different worldviews come together and talk, as he says, have free speech. Free speech is only important when someone you don't like, or I would say someone who doesn't have your same point of view, or someone is, if they're allowed to speak freely and to say their point of view. Apparently that doesn't matter to Elon Musk. It's just for maybe talking points for him or rhetoric, because it doesn't seem to matter when it's about him, questions about him from people like me.
All right. So when you said that, I wanted to play some of the clips because some of them are illuminating. These are clips that you shared with us. This is a part of the conversation with Musk where you ask him about hate speech. Mm-hmm. Here it is.
Hate speech on the platform is up. Do you believe that X and you have some responsibility to moderate hate speech on the platform? That you wouldn't have to answer these questions from reporters about the Great Replacement Theory as it relates to Democrats?
I don't have to answer these questions.
The Great Replacement Theory as it relates to Jewish people. Do you think that?
I don't have to answer questions from reporters. Don, the only reason I'm doing this interview is because you're on the X platform and you asked for it. Mm-hmm.
That should have been right there. That should have been his sign. You know what? I apologize. I'm going to cut this out of the interview. It probably wasn't the best question to ask. I appreciate you, Elon, for even giving me that insight. I should have been more situationally aware. Listen, it don't matter whether you think, this is the thing that people don't understand when it comes to politics, when it comes to networking, all of that. It doesn't matter whether or not I'm going to say what it is that he made me say and all of this stuff. Look, it's people, there are people, I'll give you an example, right? I'm gonna give you an example. Some people are just so out of touch with what the hell is going on that they just don't get it. There's people that I've kicked it with, and I said, hey, listen. They came up on my platform. They said, Anton, I apologize for talking negatively about this and talking negatively about your wife and mentioning this and that and so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? I should have done better. And I said, you know what? I appreciate that, and I apologize for this and that and so on and so forth. And so we chopped it up. And I said, listen, you can say anything about me. You know what I'm saying? As far as what it is that you're reviewing on a platform, if I say something, I'm a content creator, I'm expecting for other people to do reactions to the things that I do, right? Just don't mention my family. So not only do they go on to then say some of the most egregious shit about me as a result of it, I just completely tune them out now. Because it's like, A, you just took it all the way overboard, right? But B, then they still mentioned it. They still mentioned my wife and they mouth and stuff. And so I was like, you know what? And they be calling her by her name like they know her in real life and shit. And I be like, okay, well, I'm just going to completely divest myself from this whole situation in the first place. Because people don't get it. It's like Boyce, right? Me and Boyce had a conversation. I'll use this as an example. I had some real disagreements with Boyce over the years, right? And me and boys got on the platform and we chopped it up. And we said what we said to each other's face. And at the end of the conversation, we said, you know what? I apologize for this. And he said he apologized for this. And I said, I apologize for that. And we got it popping. Now, everybody else was hitting me up, and on a regular basis, they say, man, you all over my timeline. You and the boys debated, and man, you really did this and you did that, right? But I won't say anything negative about boys. You know why? Because we actually chopped it up and we came to a conclusion face to face. We talked to each other and we said, listen, this is what we not going to do. And I agreed. And so regardless of how everybody else feel about him or whether or not I agree with him, I'm not going to talk negatively about him. Now, is it a possibility that I'll do a review video on something that he said if I think that it's a relevant conversation for the platform and say, hey, I agree with this talking point or I disagree with that talking point? Possibly. But I'm never going to go, because now we have the ability to be able to contact each other. I got his email, got his phone number. He got my email. He got my phone number. And if I have a disagreement with him based off of what I agreed to him to his face, then I will reach out to him personally. And so what everybody else says and how they react to it, that don't have nothing to do with me now going forward. Going forward, because I have the ability to contact him and because we gave each other our word, I'm not going to say anything else negative about him. Now, whatever everybody else's problem with him, that's between him and everybody else. But because I respect him and I gave him my word, I don't move like that. And so there's ways that you go about doing business. I'm not going to call him out of his name. I'm not going to say nothing negative about him. I ain't got nothing to do with that. Even if he, which I don't expect him to because he has the ability to be able to contact me also, even if he was to do something different, I'm still not going to ever do that because I gave my word. I'm moving on from the situation. Right? And so I just think that people are just they don't understand. I don't know if they haven't been in the streets long enough. They don't understand what happens when you have a disagreement or whatever. But I don't think that Don get it. He just didn't get it.
Otherwise, I would not do this interview.
So you don't think, do you think that you wouldn't get in trouble or you wouldn't be criticized for these things?
I'm
or
criticized
that
constantly. I could care less.
Illuminating in
I
so
agree,
many ways,
G-Man.
right?
We don't have to hate
two
each
things
other.
I want to ask you about that, Don. First, the great replacement theory. Right. As you bring it up, he has tweeted, a tweet he shared, increasing illegals boost Dem voting power, causing them to recruit more. Mm-hmm. If Dems win President, House, and Senate, they'll grant citizenship to all illegals, and America will become a permanent one-party deep socialist state. Right? He has gone there directly. How much does he stand by these ideas?
Well, he didn't quite seem to understand that he did, originally he did that with Jewish people, sort of a great replacement theory thing that he did with Jewish people, and he got in trouble and he had to go to Auschwitz and answer questions and apologize and go with Ben Shapiro. But he doesn't understand that sort of rhetoric that he talks about, the great replacement theory and migrant invasion, that's what radicalized shooters use in their manifestos, those exact words.
Jesus
the people
Christ.
who go and shoot up people, whether they be Latino people who live in Texas or black people who are in a supermarket in Buffalo or Jewish people who are worshiping, those people use the same rhetoric, that they are tropes, that they're either racist for Latinos or black people or for Jewish people. And I wanted to know if he felt any responsibility as someone who has one of the largest social media and information platforms in the world.
250 million people.
A 250 million people. I think it's 455 or 500 million users a week. And it doesn't seem that he feels that he has any responsibility with that because he seemed really averse to facts.
Here's another clip. You talked about ketamine in this particular instance, something that he has discussed.
How come nobody has hired Don Lemon so first?
You talk about your ketamine use and depression. You also have said, and
the reason I should say, the reason I mentioned the ketamine prescription on the X platform was because I thought maybe this is something that could help other people. Mm-hmm. That's why I mentioned it. Obviously, I'm not a doctor, but I would say if someone has depression issues, they should consider talking to their doctor about ketamine instead of SSRIs.
Very civil conversation, but that is where it got very personal.
Well, it got personal, but I didn't put that out there. He has spoken very freely about his use of, those are prescription drugs, but about his use of ketamine. I would not have brought it up if it was...
on X, he posted it.
He posted it.
Yeah.
And so I would not have brought it up because that's someone's personal information. So I asked him about it. Also, it's no secret. His drug use, or alleged drug use, I should say, has been extensively written about it by very credible news organizations like the Wall Street Journal. And I asked him that, and he said, listen, I have not read the Wall Street Journal. I don't read the Wall Street Journal. If I don't have time to read about everything that people write about me, I would never get anything done. But also, if we remember, on Joe Rogan, he took a puff of marijuana, right? And he said it was just a joke, and I only took one puff. Elon Musk is responsible for satellites, for Starlink. He's responsible for Tesla. He's responsible for a number of different companies in the stock market. Yep. And I think that it is important for people to understand his mindset, whether he's using drugs illegally or not, and even if the ones that he's using, that's
one of the
supposed to
most
be
powerful people on the planet.
But ones that he's supposed to be, that he is using prescription-wise, that he's following a doctor's orders under that.
This dude is an idiot. I can see why he ain't got no motion right now, but he fumbled an opportunity, and he fumbled a great opportunity to really be to build a relationship with a billionaire and one of the most powerful people on earth. How do you fumble that? How do you fumble an opportunity to build a relationship with one of the most powerful people on earth? I thought Don was smarter than that, but apparently he's not. P. Shank in the building says, can the U.S. track the amount of money earned from TikTok? I have no idea how much. Yeah, I mean, I would assume that they're tracking how much you earn, but I don't know if they can track the amount of money earned from TikTok in general. They got to in order to be able to pay taxes, right? I don't know. Prince Elian is in the building, says journalists report news. MSM activists create news. Tech Coach Ralph is in the building. Shout out to Tech Coach Ralph. Tech Coach Ralph says Don can still do his show on X. Much just isn't going to give him a contract for it. Okay, I feel you. I don't know, man. I think that Don Lemon is corny. I haven't even paid attention to Don Lemon. I forgot that Don Lemon was even around, so that's pretty interesting. Anyways, listen, another great show in a can. We got After Hours is tonight. Yeah, I think that After Hours is tonight. Yep, After Hours is tonight. It is Thursday. Thursdays is mine. Thursdays is mine. And we going to get to it. All right? So listen, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Another entertaining show. You never know what's going to happen here on the Millionaire Morning Show. I gave y'all a little bit of an exclusive of what happens behind the scenes. As far as the different parts of what we got going on here inside of Don't Do Coke in the Bathroom Studios. Yeah, man. After Hours is tonight. And I don't even know what we're going to talk about yet. I have no idea what we're going to talk about yet. All right, so listen, I love y'all. She said MySpace rubbing her hands together like Birdman. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for continuing to rock with me and tune in. I need y'all to do me one more favor before we get up out of here today. Make sure you share this with your family and friends. We don't want to be successful by ourselves. I love you. I appreciate you guys. You guys are the greatest audience on earth. All right? If you haven't already subscribed, make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. We're going to get it in. Let's get it popping.